Half it like him. And hello, it's Vo. Welcome back to Turbine City. Last time we made it through to Metropolis. This time we're going to try and make it all the way through to the Megalopolis. We've got to 75,000. Haven't checked yet to see how much we need to make it through to the next target. We've unlocked our airport and our cargo airport, so we'll just crack on and try and get them placed, try and expand our city out, try and get that last little bit of population to make it to our last milestone. I'm going to get a few more warehouses popped in over here, since our unique factories seem to be missing some resources. Gonna get these appropriated to the things we're missing, see if that helps with the supply chain. Looks like we need plastics, so we'll get this one assigned to plastics. Try and see if this fixes our unique factory problems. This one needs glass. We can always rearrange this area if it's still not working out. We've got plenty more patches of natural resources to use, so we can always create secondary industry areas for each of our industries and move things around later on in the game. For the meanwhile, we'll just pop in a few more of the things we've unlocked. Get the areas filled up, try and produce as much as possible. We want more petroleum getting made, so we'll try and pop in a few more things over in our oil industry that are going to help us out with that. But we're pretty much there with the industry's DLC stuff. Gonna get an extra warehouse in over here and here for these two extra factories. Get them set up with what they need. We've got plenty of room over here for our cargo airport. Maybe pop it in this big space we've got. Fit quite nicely in here. That'll help get the cargo around the city. Maybe get our passenger airport in here if we delete this road. Since we've got the noise from the train station anyway. I think it's maybe a suitable location. Seems far enough away from our housing. Get some of these roads upgraded. Make it easier for the heavy traffic the airport's going to generate. Get it popped in here. Wants us to do a bit of terraforming, because our map isn't entirely flat. So we'll flatten this area out a little bit, make some space for our airport. That's a bit better. Just need to smooth things out, rebuild the roads, and we can get our airport in here no bother. We'll get a metro station set up next to it. Get the metro network extended a little bit. Looking at our health services, we've still got a couple of sick citizens, but certainly not what we had before. Want to stay on top of that. Should be enough distance away between the residential and the airport. This is one of our unique buildings, the winter market. It doesn't produce any noise pollution, so we can pop that where we want pretty much. We'll get our area set up around the airport itself. Get some IT buildings in there. Can obviously move them if they're too close to the actual flight path. We can get our stadium in here so we can get our match day DLC stuff on the go. We're going to move the winter market since it's not causing any pollution. Get some car parking in. We can get a second blimp stop here next to our second station for our ferries. Maybe one over here next to our shopping centre. And then if we put a fourth one down next to the airport and a fifth one over here in our industry area, we can maybe set up a loop for them. Get some people using the blimps. You can only fit, I think it's maybe 20 or 30 people on the blimps at any one time, so they're not all that useful for a major mass transit option. Still a bit of fun, something different to have in your city, the blimps flying around. got a few power issues creeping in again. We're still under 100%, so I don't think there's need for another power station yet. We're going to get power to our metro stations we've got set up. Try and avoid the roads themselves where we're going to be zoning. Going to get our football stadium changed to Turbine Stadium. Going to leave the team colour red, much like in Moen City here. Looks like where we've turned on the policies for our varsity sports buildings, it's turned them on here for us automatically as well. May as well put on the security. We're making money, I don't think it'll be a problem. Try and get all our sports stadiums performing as well as possible. So we'll get some more roads in, get some more zoning going. Looks like we've got an underground power cable there. We'll get that removed. And it's time to do a little tidy up for the old traffic lights. Get the stop signs in. Try and stay on top of this as regularly as possible. I'm going to change Lilac Park. It's a rubbish name. Change it to Layla Park. Layla can be in charge of the airport. Looks pretty busy with our blimps and our planes coming in and out. Yeah, we're almost at the point we're going to need another power station, but not quite yet. Try and make some more interesting and slightly different patterns over here. Academic reports through. Looks like we're still on the way up. We've been acclaimed before, so we haven't got anything new to pop in. Hopefully next time. So we'll get the rest of this area sort of zoned in. Space for people. We get another hospital in here just in case the noise is bad. We'll get a few healthcare buildings around here. Putting our usual combo of the elder care and the child care next to each other. And we'll get some death care in around about. At least if we keep the buildings kind of low at the end of this flight path, we're not going to have to move any big offices or anything. Planes will fly straight through, but it's not very realistic. A few more things popped in this square now. Service-wise, get some schools in, and then that area could be pretty much left for commercial. Maybe go further down with the housing. Get my favourite asset in, the Marshmallow Man, to watch over the population. Keeps them behaving. The fear of it, you know. Also got the Statue of Wealth. We might want to pop in a few more of these unique buildings, so we're not left trying to fit them all in later on in the game. But this one's quite nice as well. It's a recreation of an actual McDonald's in Rotterdam. Quite a nice asset, we can pop that down. Got the Pizza Planet. Pretty sure that's just a Toy Story reference. I don't know if that's an actual chain. Might be in America. Get that popped in over here. This area has been left bare for too long. Looks like our ore industry's leveled up to 4. We've got the fiberglass plant and things we can pop in. Car factory. See if we've got room for that. I think that one's quite chunky. Looks like it almost fits in here. Maybe if I wiggle the roads a little bit, get that little bit of extra space. Looks like it fits, but not that way for that road down the bottom. Just doesn't want to go. Maybe the other way. Oh well, it fits the other way. Why not? Yeah, looks like we've still got a way to go. more students to get. Maybe turn on these extra policies, see if that sort of helps us. We'll get our extra things popped in the ore industry area that we've unlocked. Hopefully get that up to level 5. Our oil industry is massive, the area we've got zoned for it, so we'll cut that down a little bit in case we want to make a second one. It's so busy over there with the things we've placed already. I don't think we need to keep stacking things in the same place. We'll get some more post offices in because we haven't done that for a while. Should maybe help the coverage a little bit. Oh, the McDonald's is on fire! Oh no, the McDonald's is on fire! Oh, it's new staff. They haven't been trained properly on how to work all the equipment. They've tried to make chips. It's all gone wrong. I'm glad that blimp hasn't got hydrogen in it. That could be a real disaster. Looks like the fire department are on top of it all as well. Let's have a look and see how far we've got to go. So we're on 85. We've got to make it to 95, so we're another 10,000 people away from the megalopolis. And then we get to just get more air travel items and unlock monuments. That'll be the sort of end of the road in terms of matching up to the milestones. Generally with a city this big, you know, on this map I've got to about 600, nearly 700,000 population before. In those attempts I was always trying to go for the million, but I don't think it's really possible from seeing other people's experiences of trying to go for it, so... We'll try and get some commercial in all down this road along the highway. In case the noise of the highway is a bit much for residential. Some of these roads that we've upgraded for the airport, we can get them downgraded again, just so we can get small roads coming off them. Get some more room for zoning. I'll try and fill this area out. More residential stuff. Get our services in here. Haven't quite got it covered with water, almost. It's quite neat, our water pipes. They're still good, haven't wrecked them yet. Try and go for a taller bridge over the highway. Just so it's like a proper highway overpass. It's very steep on this side, we'll get that changed. If you change the elevation step, you don't have to come down by 12 units in one go. You can come down by 3 or 4. You can go in a couple of stages. And have this sort of pattern to get down to ground level again. That'll be less steep. I'm pretty sure they would still go down the steep one, but let's not make it perilous for them. Some bridges set up around these highway roundabouts since they don't have crossings on them. Make it easier for people to get around. We're still acclaimed. We're still going in the right direction. I really want to get to the 5th stage so we can complete those, get those final buildings in, complete the university area. Not quite sure where we'd want our 2nd university area yet. Might want it on the other side of the river perhaps. We'll change out a little bit of our zoning here so we can try and move some of the commercial down to where we want it. Since we don't have much of a need for commercial or offices, and we want them around our station and our airport, we can de-zone a couple of these areas now to encourage them to be replaced where we want them. And we can always come back and reorganize these areas later on, fit more zoning in when we need it. Farm's up to level 5, it's made it all the way. That gives us the food factory. We'll see where we can pop that in. Don't think this one's too big. Yeah, it'll fit along here. The traffic's really busy along here. I don't really want to add to it, but pop it there for just now. Shipyard obviously needs to go down by the sea, so don't need to worry about that when we unlock it. Get a few more of these little farming buildings in where we can. We've also got large animal pastures unlocked. They're pretty noisy with all the cows mooing, etc. So if we pop them in this sort of middle section, we can maybe get a few smaller items that don't create noise pollution around the edge. And keep the people away from the noise of the mooing. Yeah, that'll fit in there fine. Maybe do the same over the other side. And get a few more animal pastures in. Just fill up these little areas we've got with a few more fields. Not much need to rearrange things. I think that should be that for our farm industry. Reconnect that road. Hopefully that'll help get some of the traffic off that main road. Now that we've got all the unique factories we need in, maybe use this for some more zoning. Get some roads in here. It's not going to line up very well here. Maybe do a curve. Yeah, I don't really like the way that's joined up. It looks horrible. Right, you can't say that I never do any curved roads. We've got one curved road in the whole city. Can't say nothing now. Maybe not all the way back to there. Too many junctions. Get this set up. Maybe get some offices in there around the airport. It's looking pretty full. Traffic flow is at 70%, so at some point we can maybe get traffic manager. Between 70 and 80 is usually acceptable. But when you see things like this, yeah, it looks like we definitely want traffic manager to sort out our roundabouts in our busier areas. Something to look at for the future. That roundabout's totally clear. Not sure where that is. Yeah, things are going fine. A few problem areas with traffic, I think. We could rearrange or redevelop, do a bit of traffic manager things, help those areas out. I think it's mainly just the industrial areas that are the problem. Generally, the city's looking good. There's a mod that can give us extended cinematics that I might get at some point, so you can sort of choose how the cinematics look. These ones are randomly generated. Just to edit out some of the more boring ones. Yeah, no, it's looking good so far. It's our forestry area, everything's working well. Doesn't seem too busy. People are loving the paths. That's keeping a lot of traffic off the roads. Oh, there's our roller coaster. Look at it go. Looks pretty fast. I don't think I would go on that. Have to be brave to go on that, I think. People are using the subway as well. It's also keeping them off the roads. So yeah, a few traffic fixes might help out with the traffic flow. But most areas seem okay. I think it's just mainly the oil industry that's a terrible mess. Look at all these trucks. Maybe change that for a few one-way roads, set up a few different systems so the trucks follow a certain path. That might be the plan for fixing that. Once we get to this milestone, that'll be the main game out of the way. After that, it's just a push. I usually go to about 500,000 and then redevelop the city, do all the fixes, care less about trying to pack people in, and start caring about making it look good. Could maybe look at detailing, extra mods, that sort of thing, once we get down to that stage. I think once we've got all the squares unlocked, we can get down to the harbour, we can get all the infrastructure put in. Once we've got all the airports put in, the harbours, etc., then we'll know exactly what our cargo network's going to be, its capabilities, capacity, that sort of thing. And we can do a lot of remodelling once we've got everything in. Certainly good to see the city from different angles. I do like these cinematic camera views. People are building in, houses are coming in, thick and strong, so there's obviously people still moving in. We'll definitely make it all the way in this episode, which is pretty good, to get through the last 20,000. Don't worry about missing it, because it always pauses these cinematics when you get a pop-up, when something levels up. So you know when everybody stops all of a sudden. So you need to come out of the cinematic and go and check. Yep, here we go. So everything's paused now. It's probably just going to be an industry's leveling up, or it's going to be one of our parks leveling up. It's probably not going to be the Megalopolis. Hang on, a couple more shots. The anticipation. Have we made it? Have we got to 95,000? Have we made it to Megalopolis? Or has Hospital Park just reached level 5? We're ready to find out. You ready for the fireworks? Hopefully it's going to be fireworks. Oh, I can't look at these anymore, come on. Oh, well, we kind of got a firework. Where's our main screen with our big Megalopolis celebration? It's not here. We've been robbed. We've been robbed of fireworks for looking at cinematics. That's terrible. Gutted. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. We made it to Megalopolis, whether we got our fireworks screen or not. Another lesson learned, if you hang about in cinematics too long, you'll miss your fireworks. Oh well, no big deal. It's been a success anyway. We'll come back next episode, continue filling in, get more zones popped in, try and fill out this road network we've created, get these 6 squares filled up, see how far we go. We're gonna have a look at the monuments we've unlocked. We've got the space elevator, that's mainly for tourists, I think. All of these buildings are not available to us because we have to pop in all of the different unique buildings that lead us up to there. So there's a string of unique buildings to pop in before we can get each one of these monuments into the city. But when we pop them in, they have major effects on the city. Like the medical centre boosts all your health up, the fusion power plant gives you pretty much all the power you're going to need, the Hadron Collider helps you with education. I don't think I've ever placed the ultimate recycling plant. I don't think that's a Green City one. If it is, I've never placed it. It could be a new Sunset Harbour one. That's maybe why I've never seen the Bird and Bee Haven. The castle looks amazing, that's good to have up on a hill. I'm definitely more interested in looking at this one because I don't think I've ever placed it before. That's all things for the future. Do join us again. We'll come back, take it a little further. Until then, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.